Why forced to believe that we are sinners? Why be forced to believe that everyone in the whole entire universe is sick just because of a book telling us that? Why forced to believe that even if you're not born, you're sick, you're born sick? How can this make any sense? Why would a God just make everybody sick? And people say, okay, because God flooded the world because everybody was evil. Why is everybody still evil to this day then? Why does God have to have creation fail to have do-overs? If it's God, the omniscient, omnipresent, all-powerful, shouldn't one time take care of the situation? Why does it have to have a do-over? Why is the situation not taken care of the first time? Really ask yourself. Close the book. Close the holy book. And ask yourself this question. If you really want to know the meaning of the universe, the purpose, just ask yourself this question. Does it make sense that I'm born sick? I didn't do anything. Just because of somebody's all these faults in this holy book, which is considered fiction. People can't live in Wales and snakes can't talk. No matter if you interpret it as a metaphor or reality, and too many contradictions. Why? I mean, I know everybody was forced to believe in the Bible and there was a God that created everything because, back then we didn't come as far as we've come now, Dark energy, dark matter, universe from nothing, universe can create itself with physical laws. So I can understand that, okay. And there was probably very few atheists back then, but now there's more than ever because we've learned so much. And the Bible has always been, everywhere, all those years. But ask yourself this question. Just really ask yourself this question. Why believe that you're sick, that you're a sinner, when you didn't even do anything, let alone when you're born? Why be forced to be well? What kind of God is this guy playing? Just like Matt Dillahunty says. What kind of game is this God playing? That he has to create everybody sick when you're not sick. When you're a sinner, when you're not even born yet. And you're forced to do all this stuff. Where's the evidence for this? Where is the proof? And there is none. It's only by faith. You're gambling. Faith is gambling. You're gambling your life. And forced to believe that you have to believe, because if you don't, you go to hell. And then you feel secure, even though you have to live your life in fear. Like Christopher Hitchens says, that the essence of sadomasochism, forced from a God to love, but also to fear. I feel sad for you believers. I really do. You say atheists have nothing to live for or believe? Are you kidding me? I've heard people that were out of religion and are free and are happy. I think godless is the best. Play video games, enjoy life, play sports, do anything you want. Without harming people, of course. But you know that already. You know not to harm people. And you know what's right and wrong. And we don't know all the answers yet. And that's okay. How do we know what we know? How do we know we're not in that and all this stuff? And that's where I think the extraterrestrials come in. There had to be something freaky. There had to be. I'm thinking. Or, as Dan Barker said, it could be an evil God. It could be. But I just don't see or maybe the God is both evil and good, more evil than good. But I just don't see a God just popping out of an existence and just start creating things. That's the easiest answer ever. And that's a satisfying answer for anybody who doesn't really want to know the truth, the real answer. Right? It all starts with the universe, right? If Stephen Hawking is right, if the universe can create itself out of nothing with the laws, doesn't it tell you everything is to evolve? We evolve, evolution of time, evolution of space, evolution of the universe. Things are more harder to explain than just God did it all. So yes, being atheist is the best thing ever. You know? I never even broke the law. I never even committed a crime. I've always been atheist, to tell you the truth. I've always lived my life free. But then when the religion pushers want to push you into this thing, scaring you and forcing you to believe, which nobody has evidence of a God. Nobody. They just take it on faith. Nobody. And that's why we have believers becoming non-believers. Such as Dan Barker, strict evangelical Christian, and as well as others. Faith is not good for everybody. Why would God create somebody with free will, like you said, but he wanted everybody to be a believer, but everybody chooses not to believe and will not take it up on faith no matter what, like me and other atheists and non-believers. Their God has failed so many times. His creation failed the flood. His creation failed for everybody to become a believer. And let alone that, it's going to torture you for not believing. Talk about your free will. Why wouldn't a God exist like this? Okay, say like God existed, created all existence, and then everybody goes to heaven. Or there is no heaven and hell. What about that? A deist God, of that sense. I think we'll definitely know more in the future about the universe. More mysteries. More mysteries, no question about it. We'll learn more. And we might get to this breaking point where not only did we come up with another amazing theory that supersedes the Big Bang, or something amazing that we found out that could have just started existence, and so forth, an evolutionary of the universe, because that's what it is. If the universe can create itself out of nothing, and everything evolved, we evolved, there you go. No God needed, folks. You really have to understand how this process works. And then you have people like me. Somebody who is okay without the full answers. Because even you believers don't have the full answers either. You're just taking on faith. Tell you the truth, nobody has the answers of a God existing. Nobody. If they do, they're lying to you. Nobody has it. Their faith is not the real evidence. Nobody. So that's why science will explain it all. Years from now. It will. People are just lazy. You have to look into stuff. Why we have wind. Why we have the air. You can find the answers to all this. Hell, you can find the answer to just about anything. That's how much we know about science. The only thing we don't know is the cause of the Big Bang and before the Big Bang, you know? But hell, you want to know what the sky's blue? You can find out why the sky's blue. You want to find out why there's a moon, there's a sun? You can find this out. If you want to know the answer, you can find it out. You can. It's there. The answers are there. Why the tide's going out. Why the grass green. Yes, even why the grass green. Just type it in all of Google. You'll find the answer. We've solved so much from science. We've solved so much. All that's missing is what caused the Big Bang and what was before that and stuff and so on. So in a sense, I think all of this will be explained. Because the universe can create itself with the physical laws, and we'll find out how the physical laws came to be, and so forth. People say it starts with bacteria, and that's how bacteria spreads, right? I think there's something freaking alien to the existence. Something is freaky alien to the existence. Maybe not everything, but at least something. Our brains, how we know things. This is the real answers, folks. And then there's this thing of another God as your savior. Literally like your savior, like Superman. If there's anything bad, Superman saves the day. This God, if you're amputated, heal your whole bones. You regenerate right in front of your eyes. This kind of God. That God doesn't exist, folks. Prayer is from 3,000 years times. We're in 2014. Jesus ain't coming back. Let go of the holy books and start to focus on the reality. If you really want to know the answer. But even if you don't want to know and focus on the reality, it'll just be a time, just like people predicted. Science and technology will be so advanced that people won't think about gods or religions. It'll get to that point. It will. Because everything increases, everything advances. That's just the way it is. Phones 5 years ago, computers 10 years ago. Everything advances. That's just the way it is. So, but for now, I'm just trying to help you believers to think about this. Why do you feel that you're born sick? What kind of God would do that to you? And then, like Dan Barker said, it could be an evil God. Like Matt Dillahunty says, what kind of game is this God playing? And then people want to know why some people are against God. Well, because God is the head honcho. Lucifer doesn't play much as a role as God did. Lucifer doesn't kill without God's authority. Your evil angels never show up. Doesn't it sound like something from a fairy tale? You die and you go to a magical place with flying angels and unicorns in the sky. Too good to be true, right? If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Something out of fantasy land. And then you can have everything you want. But why couldn't you have everything you want when you're alive? Why does it have to be when you're dead? Why did God have to? Why couldn't he make earth, universe, heaven now? Why have to die? And you can't feel, and you can't take your pets. And then your heaven is only in your afterlife. And there's no proof. It all comes on a proof of evidence and not faith. If there was proof of evidence, you don't think